Hey, so it's officially been 2 full weeks since I've gotten to Cyprus and I'm really starting to settle in. I'm over jet lag, I got groceries, I've got my own sheets. It's a good time. It's a little bit strange though, because normally the 2-week mark is when I start to get ready to go home. After these 2 weeks of not really sleeping and just packing so much into it, it's not even funny, but it's definitely a different mentality when you're staying for the long term. It doesn't feel like I've done a ton, but I have set up for a life to be here for the next 9 months at least. But yeah, this week wasn't the most exciting either. I did do my first video for After Hours. They wanted some social media campaigning for this weekend. So we got a video up Friday. Yesterday was a holiday. Today we're gonna post some more photos, videos, stuff like that. And I got a bit of a better feel of what the next year is going to look like. It's been decided that After Hours, the youth cafe, is my first priority, meaning that I'll be there at least twice a week. And it will probably take up close to 20, maybe 30 hours of my week every week. But there's still a lot of room outside of that to figure out where I'm going to fit in. This weekend is the weekend that all launches, so we've got a bunch of stuff this week getting ready for that, including the meeting with all the adult volunteers tonight. But yeah, other than that, it's been a lot of editing. Amy, who's overseeing my time here, she wants me to look into a lot of Enneagram stuff. So she's given me some homework of reading and listening to prepare for that. I was supposed to have a meeting with her today, but she forgot she had a meeting in the capital. So I'll figure out when that's going to be. There was actually a day where I didn't leave the apartment at all. I just stayed here and worked from my computer all day, which was kind of weird for me, but first time for everything. The next day I was sure to get out. I went into Old Town just for the sake of getting out. Actually found a really great coffee spot. Made a new friend accidentally at one of the gyro stands that we go to a lot. There was no space left to sit. I was just getting ready to go, so I offered him to sit and eat while I was finishing up, and then we ended up chatting. But he used to be a graffiti artist, and hopefully once he's finished his education, we'll get back into that a little bit more now. Then Sunday we had some good, clean, free fun down at the pier after church. It was a lot of fun. The climbing was definitely the most exhausting part, but yeah, we drew a lot of people. A lot of people were curious, wanted to check it out. We only had one person that actually decided to try it out that didn't already know us, but we had some cool conversations with people, and it was great to just connect with the community in that way. And on my very tight budget, it's always good to find free ways to have fun. Monday was Cyprus Independence Day, so the whole city was more or less shut down and nobody was working. So myself and a couple other internationals living here right now decided to go visit the north for the day.
Oh, look at it. It does owe its name to Othello.
They also have the ancient Ottoman Pepsi fridge.
It's very authentic. How about the cafe latte?
Yeah, oh yeah. Lovely.
Shakespeare actually incorporated this fridge into his writing.
So right now we're hanging out in North Cyprus. First we actually had to use passports to get over here, and there's a whole border check and everything. We're in an old castle. You can actually see the old city walls, and there's we're right on the buffer zone. So there's a bunch of buildings over there that hopefully we'll be able to photograph a little bit closer. But yeah, we're exploring a little bit of Turkish Cyprus. And that there is a very old cathedral that they've turned into a mosque since. Like right here, it kind of just looks like Halifax. Just out here in Nova Scotia. It's completely unguided, so nobody has any idea what anything is, but you know, there's stairs and rooms and stuff. Zach. Pretty cool place for a football match.
Yeah, that's a cool stadium.
Alright, well, we gotta squeeze through the door now. Alright, well, Zach's got it easy. Let's see if we can hear. Oh. Oh. Power junction. Just unlocked, you know. I don't even know what it's powering. Ooh.
This is where people would plot their murders, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Where does this go?
Go, Geoff, go!
Some pigeons? No, I don't see any birds. Oh, there's a hole. Oh, it's one of those holes that I dropped a rock down a hole like this earlier.
Do you think this is a dungeon? Do you think people died in here?
Oh, hey, it's actual loofahs, like the cucumber that grows. This is Turkish occupied Cyprus. Some of it is military occupied, other parts are civilian occupied. And then you have this buffer zone. And I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on, but there's this whole area behind me where you're not allowed to be in. But on the other side, like it goes from barbed wire and abandoned buildings to junk to the beautiful, pristine beach and bars, and it's strange. It's very strange. It's surreal. The whole North situation is strange and wonderful and heartbreaking. I mean, the old architecture was awesome and the buildings looked totally different. But that city we were in, it was for most of history the major port in Cyprus. That fortress that we were in that was named after the Shakespearean play Othello was because Othello takes place in an unnamed Cypriot port, and that was really the only major Cypriot port in that time in history, and for years and years before it and up until very, very recently. But you can just see this row of 20 or so hotels that have just been abandoned and derelict since the 70s. And those buildings represented a lot of jobs on one of the most beautiful beaches in Cyprus. It was a European destination for forever, and now it's just kind of heartbreaking, really. Yeah, to look at that, like to look down that strip and see all of the lives that were just totally uprooted and changed by the event that happened there. So yeah, it's like going to a whole other country. But anyways, that's been a bit of my week in review. Let's go see how today goes. What's up, Lucius?
How's it going, Geoff?
Not too bad. How about you?
Not bad, thank you.
So these here are the streets of Old Town where I spend a lot of the time. They're very, very narrow. They're not really built for modern traffic. I'm standing in the middle of the road right now, and there's actually a car coming from the other direction. Oh, hello. This is where after hours, this is where a lot of the restaurants are. This is right by the marina, right by the Mediterranean. This is where a lot of the life happens. So I actually live a decent hike away from there. It's how we can afford the housing, is by being out in the suburbs. So it makes for a decent bike or drive or walk or bussing. But yeah, got a meeting with the whole team. We rent out the same building that we have the cafe in, and people are slowly but surely coming. I think Masood's afraid of the dog.
Almost.
There you go.
Thank you, James.
Enjoy.
How's it going, James?
What's up, bro?
Where are we heading?
Gotta go get some coffee. Some good coffee.
From, what's it called? Coffee Cantata?
Coffee Cantata. Let's do it.
Let's do it. a place called Coffee Cantata. It was mostly teas, but I think they got a Sadamo. I think I'll come back for once I got my grinder. And what'd you end up with?
Got some Colombian rainforest coffee.
Beautiful. Now to find croissants.
Okay, we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Was it easy for you to find? Sorry.
No, it's fine.
This is for you. For the
Thank
whole
you.
group. All right. Thank you, boys.
Thank you. Yeah, so that was my music teacher.
It was?
Yeah.
Huh.
When I was in Lagos.
Croissants acquired. Now we've got an hour until the adult volunteer thing tonight at after hours. We got time. Yeah. Hello. We have croissants. So that's the meeting training thing done. Masood cleans up nice, eh? But I must say, I'm both delighted and kind of sad that I've definitely been out floral shirted by class here. Like, look at it's 2 patterns. Quality. It's always dark so early here, but it's a beautiful night. The nights are getting a little bit cooler. I'm also getting a little bit more used to the heat, but the nice thing is the nights are actually getting a little bit more cool. So, yeah, time to go back to the apartment. Johannes is gonna drive Joel and I back. That's Johannes, and that one's Joel. Joel has the little beard. Yeah,
a
the little beard. So that's all for today. I'm super excited to have programming start up this weekend. I got a big, busy schedule ahead of me. This is what the month of October looks like right now, but it'll be good. I'm still learning a lot about everything. Even some of the bits I've told you today, I'm sure I'll have to come back and amend at some point. But yeah, things are finally getting going, and I'm looking forward to showing you how this next week goes. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in a week or so.